Here we go, Vision Realty Group, Austin, Texas. Okay, the biggest challenge in the market right now, the biggest problem is properties not selling. Properties sitting on the market for a long period of time and not selling. Now, previously, when someone put their property up for sale, especially in the last couple of years, properties were selling pretty quickly. And so now we're seeing 30, 40, 50 homes a day come off the market. Either their contract expires, they had a contract to sell for 3 months, 6 months. They expire the contract, meaning they run the length of the 3 months or 6 months or however long it was. They went into agreement with the realtor and the property failed to sell. Or they were on the market a period of time and they withdrew their listing. They intentionally took their property off the market for whatever reason that is. Now, 40, 50, 60 homes coming off the market a day, which is what's happening, is not what was happening over the last couple of years. So this is a dramatic turn of events for properties not selling. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the inside scoop on what it will take to make sure that your property gets sold. Now, these are the 4 secrets to the market in regards to why properties are not selling, and I'll comment as we go along as far as how to counteract that. Okay, so let's jump in. The first reason your property is not going to sell is condition. Now, look, it may be that there's a significant amount of things that need to be removed from the property. Now, I'm not saying it's a hoarder house, but we may have a lot of things on the walls or a lot of stuff, and even if it's nice stuff, we need to remove that stuff. I'm not saying you gotta completely clear your walls, or you have to make your home completely empty, but removing stuff can really help with a simple and yet effective ways for people to be able to focus on the floor plan, focus on the space. Now that's a simpler, more easy piece of condition. Now, another form of condition might be just the property just worn down, right? It needs paint. It needs new appliances. The kitchen hasn't been upgraded since 1975. So that leads us to the second reason properties don't sell, and that's price. So look, price solves everything. And so really starting with price can deal with a lot of the things that are happening with condition. And so if the property's in really bad shape or just is in not great shape, and maybe you don't have the money to spend $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 to tidy it up, or $30,000 or $40,000 or $50,000 or more to update and upgrade. But regardless of whether it's small or whether it's big, the pricing can really even the playing field. It can even the playing field for whatever's the setback on the property is, especially in regards to condition. So get the price right, because if you get the price wrong, you could be chasing down the market. You don't want that. And while you may not have to sell right now, it may not be a fire sale, you may not have any time issues where you have to sell quickly. The longer you sit on the market, the more a buyer thinks you're not motivated. Because remember the time when you bought a house, when you saw a property was on the market 60, 90 days or more? I mean, look, properties even in the higher price points should sell in 30 to 60 days. And so if properties are priced right, then it should still sell in a 30-day time frame, give or take a couple of weeks. If you're sitting on the market more than 60 days, look, the price is the issue. If you are getting 3 to 5 showings a week and you're still not getting an offer, you're 3 to 5% overpriced. You're getting 1 to 3 showings a week after, let's say, a 2 to 3 week time frame. If you're getting 1 to 3 showings a week and you're still not getting any offers, you're 5 to 7% overpriced. If you're not getting any showings, you're not getting any offers, you're 7 to 10% overpriced. We got to get the price right. Everything begins and ends with pricing. So get the price right and make sure that you're having an informed and a data-driven conversation, not just how you feel, because I know you got a great property. I know it's beautiful. I know it's unique. But you have to have a real conversation around what the market's actually doing, not what you want, so that we can get you across the finish line, get the property sold. And in a market like this one, time is your enemy as the market continues to slip. Okay, so third thing that's involved with why your property won't sell is marketing. Now, this is probably the most underappreciated or not talked about at all portion of the process for your property to be able to sell. And so with marketing, most people think that most agents put a property on the MLS, the multiple listing service. They put a sign in the yard. They pray that it will sell. And that's just about it. And for, look, a lot of agents, because 20% of the agents are doing 80% of the business, so there's 80% of the agents who either don't know what they're doing, haven't been trained what to do, or may not just want to do business at a professional and high level. And so that's all that they might do. They might just put it on the multiple listing service. And so a lot of people think that that's all the agents do, is just post the property on the multiple listing service. And yet we know that if you only do that, then you could be really setting yourself up for failure, because if it was just that easy, then discount brokerages, flat fee service brokerages would have taken over the industry a long time ago, because it was just putting it up on the electronic corkboard on the internet, the multiple listing service, or putting it up on Zillow, or putting it up as a for sale by owner on the internet where people could see it. Then look, your property would be sold and it would be that easy. But it's not. If that was the case, these platforms, organizations would have taken over the industry a long time ago. So syndication's a big deal. And while your multiple listing service may only have 5 or 6 forms of syndication, full service brokerages can have up to hundreds of website syndications, so it matters. The relationship with who you're trying to consider helping to sell your home matters. How much syndication really happens? How much organic marketing on Instagram and Facebook are happening? How much paid advertisements are happening on those social media platforms? How are they using YouTube with video? What does their exposure look like? How about samples of that marketing material and results of prior homes sold? Look, these are things, guys. The market has changed. Marketing has changed significantly over the last 5 years. So what kind of marketing do you have to make sure that your property gets sold? Because if you haven't had the conversation, and God forbid you hired an agent whose only tactic or strategy was to put a sign in the yard, put it on the MLS, and pray that it sells, you could be in trouble. Okay, finally is the agent. Who's your agent? What experience do they have? How good are they at negotiating? Nobody talks about that. How good are they at connecting with other people? What's their network look like? What do their results look like? And so when you really get to know your agent, then you'll have probably a pretty good idea, and your gut will talk to you, right? So make sure you go with your gut. I never heard anybody say, man, I should have went with my gut. So when you look at their marketing plan, do they have one? Have they sent it to you? When you look at the data and the pricing, and you've consulted on the condition of your home and what to do about it, then you'll get a pretty good idea on the professional, or lack thereof, for the person that you're talking to, on whether or not they should be the right person for the job of selling your home. Look, we're talking about an asset worth $250,000, $500,000, $1 million or more. So for many people, their home is their most valuable asset that they've ever invested in. And so this is a big deal. You want to be in the right relationship. This isn't so just as easy as other products or services that you can click or swipe. The real estate industry is relation-based, and being in the right relationship with the right person who understands relationship and understands how to leverage those relationships is critical for you to be able to sell your home for the highest price possible in a challenging market where the interest rates are rising, while the inventory is rising, while buyer demand is falling. And so there's lots of elements here for you to be able to think about to make sure that you feel comfortable and confident that you're in the right relationship, because it's all about relationships for you to be able to get what you want in the time that you want it. Hey, Vision Realty Group, subscribe. Your vision, our mission. Stay tuned.